Hey guys, this is AgentMindStorm, and welcome to Mindcraft. Wow, messed up the intro on my very first episode of Minecraft, except this is actually the 0th episode, but wait a second, Agent. It looks like you're playing in a world that has already been played in for like 150 episodes, and you know what? What an accurate guess there, because in fact, we did already play on this world for 150 episodes. However, if you're a new viewer, I understand you, because it is very difficult to just see an episode 151 and think, I'm going to start watching this series. So what I'm doing basically is a short tour of the world, so you'll see it, you can be introduced to it, you'll understand everything that's here basically. So functionally, this is an introduction to the series and what we've accomplished so far, everything's location, well, not everything, but you know, all the important stuff so that you can really jump into the series and start. And of course, we're also starting with a new name, which is Mindcraft. It is slightly convoluted to say, and also plays off Agent Mindstorm and Minecraft, which is, I think, is very clever. Thanks to Legendcraft for that suggestion. And let's start the tour. So the very first thing I should probably do is introduce the series. What is this? The Let's Play, Minecraft, Survival Series, and Skyblock are all effectively the same series. This series originally started as a Skyblock Island, which is what this monstrosity up here is. This is a old Skyblock Island. After episode 18, I plopped it into a normal world, so then we live in a normal world on Xbox One Edition, and after episode 150, we are now on Java Edition. So we have all the newest updates and Java features like dual wielding, and we can do this, which is very effective. We also have a few mods installed to make the experience a little more familiar for console players. You might have already noticed item tooltips and the raised hotbar, just a few other things too, like when you fly with the Elytra, the screen tilts, just a few console features that I liked. I've modded in, not myself, I'm using other people's mods. I'm using Console Experience. I'm also using Optifine, of course, because who doesn't play Minecraft without Optifine these days? Which does mean that we're going to be on 1.15 for a little while until 1.16 Optifine is done. We are also playing with a resource pack, which has done a few things. The biggest thing that the resource pack does is it changes all water in different biomes. It changes water colors to be biome dependent the way Bedrock Edition does it. So, for example, in plains biomes, the water is very light blue. In mesas, it is dark blue. In deserts, it is green. That's the kind of thing that I wanted with this resource pack. So now we've introduced the series, what it was, what it is, and what it is to be. Let's do a little bit of touring. Where we are right now is what I call the residential zone. It's where my house is. It's where my pet mushroom named Joe's house is. It's where the Snow Lords, which also functions as a snow farm, is. It's where my power dome is, which serves as a nether portal into my portal hub. And here's my house. Now, you don't need to know everything that's in this world, obviously. I'm just really showing the most important stuff. This is my house. This is my room. This is where we sleep every night. Let's see, we got a chest room working on downstairs. We were working on that before we switched over to Minecraft. We've got an enchantment room upstairs and a brewing room upstairs here. So let's sleep, and then we can introduce a different part of the world, which we're going to be going to the island. Welcome to the Skyblock Island. This is my very old place. We basically never use this island for anything. I've been slowly moving all the valuable stuff from here down to the mainland. So for example, the only real thing that used to be useful up here is the iron farm, which has now been deprecated because we have moved to Java Edition and old iron farm designs no longer work. So basically, this island is just a piece of our history now. However, we do have a world map up here, which is about the one thing that this island still has going for it. So here is the center of the world. This is the old console edition world you can see here. And here is where we are. There's also a flatland down there, Mesa Temple over here, which is where a beacon is. This is the Nether Island, which is another entrance to the Nether, other than the Power Dome. And then, of course, my old helper Diamond Knight has a house right there. Then, aside from this island, which you can see we've vined it up. Uh-oh. I just ruined this pumpkin plant. We'll just ignore that. A while ago, I covered this island in leaves and vines and overgrew it, basically, to show that we are pretty much done with it. And there's really no more use to this island, but in case you were seeing it in the sky, thinking, what the heck is that giant thing? Now you know, it's an old Skyblock Island that has been repurposed and then later left alone. I think we'll leave it here. I have moved us to the Nether Hub, which is another location in this world. This place is basically the quickest way to travel around the world. As you can tell, we still got the old pigmen here. We haven't updated to 1.16 quite yet, but these are the main portal gates to the places of our world. This, obviously, is the island portal. This will take you to that floating nether island, which is actually the way I came here. This is the way to the power dome, which we saw earlier. It's very close to my house on the ground. This goes to a guardian farm, which we'll show later in the video. This goes to Farm Central, which we'll also show later in the video. And this was originally built to go to a packed ice biome, but we never built that tunnel. And this goes to a mesa biome, which is pretty far south in the world. So that's our Nether Hub, and they actually use very fast ice boatways. Here's a completed one. Basically, you walk through the portal, then you see this ice tunnel, you put your boat down, and then you just kind of zoom down it. I love these tunnels so much. And then this portal will take us to Farm Central. Here we are, Farm Central. This is Farm Central. Basically, it is an island that we have converted into a farming machine industrial land. So here we have a fully automatic wheat farm, or it used to be fully automatic. We might have to make some upgrades now that they have new villager AI. This is the sorting room in the center. It is sorting between sugarcane, pumpkins, melons, bone meal, wheat, seeds, bamboo, kelp, cactus, and fish farm stuff. Now they actually use a system of bubble columns, water, and ice to get around. This here is the melon farm and pumpkin farm. It is also broken. Many things are broken since we have moved to Java Edition, but we will all be fixing them soon enough. Over here we have a villager breeder, and we also have a cactus farm. This is way overdoing it for what you need for cactus, but we'll also never run out of cactus again, so we're the real winners in this situation. This is a kelp farm that is currently unfinished because on Console Edition we did not have kelp. And there is also a bamboo farm, which is in about the same state. However, this sugarcane farm, as far as I can tell, still works after we've converted to Java Edition, which I must say is an absolute win. This is the bamboo farm that I mentioned. This is a fish farm, which no longer works. I think that they changed fish farms in 1.16, so once we update, this fish farm design will not work at all. This is a map of the island. Basically, there's all the farms I showed you, and we have a little dark oak forest right here that I built. That's basically all Farm Central is, just a little tiny farming island. There is one small thing, however, I guess that we can show, which is underneath, we have villagers for trading. However, all of their trades were ruined when we moved to Java Edition, so once again, this room will have to be redone. Now let's move to probably my favorite area in the world, the Guardian Farm. I will go through the nether tunnels and meet you there. Here we are, the Guardian Farm / Prismarine Farm. You will hear me call it both. So this is the last area we're going to be touring today. Basically, it is what it says on the tin. It is a Guardian / Prismarine Farm. However, there is a slight sadness here because since we are no longer on Console Edition, this Guardian Farm does not work. There are no Guardians spawning, and as far as I know, there won't ever be unless I find some way to make ocean monuments through world data. We do, however, get cod falling through, which is pretty funny, and we do already have, you know, filled up chests here. Not sure why there's 20 spruce pressure plates in here, but whatever. Maybe just a weird conversion bug. As you can see, we have a full Guardian farm of prismarine and cod and shards and a full-on sorting system too that works. Basically, you can throw anything on the ground in here and it will be sorted. Let's just throw some torches to show you. There they go, and I messed it up. Now they are currently being transported through a hopper line, which will bring them into this area. This goes shards, crystals, cod, and then everything else. And if everything else is full up, then they will go to lava. As you can see, they have gone into the everything else, so they are going to go zoom around the room on those water trails. We should see them come through here. There they go, and they should end up in this chest. There's one, there's two. Perfect. I could have thrown in a pickaxe and it would have worked just fine. In fact, I've done that before. It's pretty scary, though. So that's the Guardian Farm, and with that, that's all the major areas of the world toured. So now, I want to just clean up some things from the last episode, because obviously, if you know about this series, you'll probably have thought, that's a good review, but what are we doing today? So what we're going to be doing today is cleaning up from episode 150. But the first thing I want to do is realize we have an offhand now, so we can just keep food there, which is awesome, so we can never be without food. The very first thing I want to do is find out a follow-up to something very important in the last episode. If you remember last episode, we put a chest under that island over there in the past, in the far, far past, to see if it would still be there in the future and whether or not the past affected the future or if the future did not affect the past. So basically, for our two outcomes, I have two options. If the past does not affect the future, if the future does not affect the past, then we will put the potato that I threw into the void that accomplished nothing. And then if the future can affect the past in the way of changing something, which will be that if the chest is there, then we'll put the ice block, which would be why other things were different. So basically, this all determines whether or not a chest appears when we go over to that island. So let's find out. I'm ready to solve more time mysteries than any scientist probably. Oh, I think, yep, we have our answer. The future does, in fact, affect the past, which means that could have been pretty bad if I had noticed myself. So it is actually a good thing that we did all that Back to the Future shenanigans. So okay, that means that we're going to put the ice block on this island, and we're going to put a sign, too, that says the future can affect the past. Boom. We solved the mystery, guys. This potato is getting thrown into the void once again because it is worthless. So, now the one last thing that we need to wrap up from last episode is one that may be satisfying to many of you. Because, if you remember, this stupid machine over here that was supposed to duplicate Prismarine actually sent us back to episode 1, which is a bit of a problem. So, let's take it down entirely. Let's just destroy this thing. I do not want this in the world. Goodbye. Get out of here. I'm going to take this packed ice, though, because I think it's pretty valuable. We don't want to, waste the materials. Plus, there's a bunch of redstone and stuff over here. So, it's not like I'm going to throw away the materials here. And now the last thing, while we destroy this machine, that I would like to talk about is some good news. Because if you want to familiarize yourself with this world some more, I have the download for both Bedrock Edition and Java Edition in the description of this video. Now, if you go to my house, you will find a chest with all my stuff and my shulker boxes in it, so you can get my stuff too, like all these shiny items I've got in here, like my diamond crown. And you can go to my house and get those, and then you can just explore the world yourself, see exactly what I've seen this far in the series, know exactly where I've been, see what I've done, and you can explore in depth every single block. And you could even live here. I don't think you should make a series on it, like a YouTube series, because that's kind of my thing. But, whatever floats your boat, I guess. So yes, if you go to the description right now, you can download this world for whatever version you're on, which I think is pretty cool. So that is about all I had to do this episode. I wanted to reintroduce the series to any new potential viewers. I wanted to destroy this stupid machine. I wanted to solve a great mystery of time. And you know what? We accomplished all of that today. So I think today was a pretty productive day. I am going to end the episode as soon as we finish destroying this horrible, horrible machine. Luckily, we got all our stuff back. And without any pain, and we didn't even ruin the future, because all of our stuff is still here and pretty much the same, except for the fact that we have one less piece of ice. So there we go, guys. That's episode 150 wrapped up. That's a new series begun, sort of, rebooted, I guess is the proper word. I'm not exactly sure what to call this. What do you think I should... Well, I'm already calling it Mindcraft, but what is this exactly in terms of a series? Season 2, perhaps? This is Season 2? Fortnite Season 2? No. Anyways, that is the end of this episode, and I do want to tell you all, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.